Guruji, I have a question. If karma is everything, then what is free will? We do have free will, Guruji.
Okay, I'm coming to that. Okay. Now, because of this, okay, now all of you please kindly listen to me very carefully here. Half the problem with spiritual understanding or the understanding of the spiritual subjects is because of the incomplete details. Let me recall that famous story of the 11 blind men standing around an elephant. Everyone is holding in his hands, touching the elephant, and everyone is saying that the elephant is like this, like this, like this, right? But the point is, no one is lying. But that's not the whole story. Now, coming to your point of exercising free will, I'll just prove it to you in 2 minutes. Probably you will only laugh at it. Because just because I have not yet explained you yesterday on the other day when we had this podcast, we systematically went about on the reverse order how a human being is constructed. Now I will come the same sequence again, once again, but in the opposite direction. As I said earlier, a human spirit, human soul is caught up in what you call a total of 8 components, which we call it as Maya. 8 of them. Beyond these 8 of them, we have something known as a total of 36 tattvas as per the Kashmir Shaivism and 24 tattvas as per Sankhya philosophy, which I am not going into at this stage in this video. Let us restrict ourselves only these last 8 when it comes to Maya, when the spirit is caught in these 8. Intellect, egoism, your mind, and the 5 gross elements of the physical elements of the body. This is the structure. This is the gross design of the human being. Now, this entire gross body, the so-called free will which you are talking about, is in the middle sheath of the phantom body called the cerebrospinal system. That is to say, your gross body of flesh and blood is there. When you die, that gross body is left behind. You live with a subtle body. That subtle body is like a phantom body. And one of the layer is called Pranamaya Kosha, which is filled with nothing but karmendriyas and life force. Underneath that phantom body is your mind. When we say mind, it is not located at a specific place. It is distributed along the various chakras. Last time, if you recollect my video, I've explained also. James, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, in that mind, we have got 5 sensory organs and 5 subtle essences of the elements, and also it has also got the ability to experience the human emotions, and it has also been put, another sensor has been put there, which is called as free will. So your free will is like a transmission gear in a car, power transmission system. The moment a karma is surfacing on the mind, in the mind, immediately the intellect comes into action. What is good, what is not good, how the reaction should be, how it should not be. And it is being colored by the egoism also. It is colored by the egoism also. Just like take the example of the guy who was being beaten on the street, what James was mentioning a little while ago. You are now passing on the street. You saw the drama going on there. Your intellect is now warning, issuing the command. Your intellect, located at your between the eyebrows, that is the Agni chakra, is issuing the command to your mind, tinged with the color of egoism. And your mind, based on the emotion which is it has got predominantly in it. For example, the courage is 0. So now the intellect is giving the command, go, go and stop the crime being committed. Your mind says, sorry, I am scared. Or your intellect is issuing the command. You are becoming over exuberant. You want to go and stop the crime. But think about your body. Your body is like a rat. That guy will give you one slap and you will be flat on the ground. You don't have the physical strength. Your intellect is warning you. So based on your intellect, the discretion being exercised by the intellect and colored by the egoism and your human emotions, how strong they are. Your courage may be there, but your body is not supporting. You may be a, let's say, old man, diseased body. What you will go and stop that crime there? What capability you have? On the other hand, you may be having body like Hercules, like Tyson, but unfortunately, you don't have the courage. You're getting scared. Obviously, you will not go and take any action. So, based on whatever decision we have finally has been taken, what your intellect has told, given out the verdict, supported by your emotional temperament and also your egoism, the command goes to the transmission gear known as free will. The free will now issue the command to organs of action. What it will issue? You better run. Don't get involved in this. Or it will give the command. You are such a great guy. You have been, what do you call, you have been former soldier. Pick up a stick, go and bash him up. That guy is unfortunately being beaten by someone else. It will give command to your hands. Now your hands will come into action now. You'll pick up an iron rod, you'll go and face that situation boldly. Whosoever is beating that person on the street, you will go and interfere now. He said, stop the nonsense, I am not going to allow it. So you see, your free will is only like that transmission gear. It can't do anything there. Whatever is being executed as the karma, according to the karma, how the intellect is issuing out the verdict and your egoism, how it is supporting it, and matched by your emotional temperament, how it is reacting it. Finally, that's where you are going to take the action. Agree? Many people have romanticized this idea. Free will. You have free will, and you can move the mountains. I think often it is misrepresented. The idea itself is misrepresented. Where the will is coming from, extra that power, it is only a transmission gear. It doesn't even have that power there. See, often where they understand it, you must understand. In good olden days, uh, people didn't understand the mechanism involved in this. For example, there is a mother is got involved in some, getting involved in some kind of an accident with the baby, and the mother is hell bent on saving the baby from the accident because the emotion of that motherhood is so strong. She's in a state of hysteria now. She is in a state of hysteria. Then what happens here is temporarily certain chemical cocktails are released into the nervous system, and the mother is able to perform a miraculous act. Maybe she is able to lift up a weight, or let's say car, which is crushing the baby, and save the baby now. She may be able to perform that miracle. We keep hearing such stories once in a while. It's not the, if you want to call it sankalpa, fine, use any word if you want. But the mechanism involved here is this. Yes, it is possible. Certain release of certain chemicals. I was talking to you all in another video on the other day. It is possible to perform certain physical feats which are otherwise not possible. The body is not designed to take that kind of, lift that kind of a weight. But temporarily, some chemical cocktails are released. See, what was once about 50 years back, it was to be considered as a magic. But today, we are now treating it as a neurochemistry. We are now able to explain how that phenomena occurs. And even now, I believe experiments are going on. People are trying to figure out what if some other substance may be getting released in the central nervous system, which is causing the release of these chemical cocktails, which is making the person take action, perform certain things which are beyond his physical capability. That means if he has to lift up, let's say, 100 kgs weight, but how will he lift it up? Because his body himself is only 30, 40 kgs, or maybe 60, 70 kgs. His hands may not be able to support that 100 kgs or 200 kgs weight. The tissue and the muscle may not be able to support. A lot of theories are coming wherein it is being said that the tensional integrity will be maintained to the body by release of the chemicals temporarily. And there are there's something known as a plasma theory is also being put forward nowadays, I believe, wherein they are saying, no, the reaction is going to be, it is as if the body is going to react like a energy, surrounded by energy, so that it can lift up 200 kgs or maybe even 500 kgs if required. A feeble body of a human being, if right chemicals are released in the central nervous system, he may be able to lift up even 500 kgs also. People are working on it. So these are all supernatural feats which we have been discussing about it. And there have been instances also which happened in the past And even in Patanjali Yoga Sutras, it is mentioned in one of the books, these supernatural powers can be affected either by in the normal course of meditation and release of those chemical cocktails in the brain, or by drugs. Yes, certain drugs, they do release those chemical cocktails. And third, they say by mortification of the body. By mortification of the body also, people develop those extra supernatural powers. Although there's nothing supernatural as such in this, it is all subjected to a natural phenomena only. There is a process for that. Anyway, that's besides the point. This has got nothing to do with our spiritual journey or spiritualism is all about. As far as spiritualism is concerned, it is directly linked with the kind of karma which is obstructing the human being.